From arrests on busy streets to detainments of international students, ICE agents are in the spotlight, and so is the agency's acting director. Todd Lyons grew up in Southie. He gave his first television interview since his appointment to 25 Investigates' Ted Daniel.
The Trump administration tapped Todd Lyons to lead ICE in March. He'd previously served as the director of the Boston field office under President Biden. Lyons is acutely aware that ICE is at the center of a political firestorm. He says he's focused on enforcing U.S. immigration law, not the raging debate surrounding it. We met Todd Lyons on his first trip back home to Boston since his promotion.
We're going to have an acting director in Todd Lyons.
Lyons now travels the country with a large security detail, and each day begins with a classified intelligence briefing.
I've had the opportunity to do pretty much every job within ICE. To be tapped for a position like this, it's almost surreal. It's been a dream come true for me, really.
When I first spoke to Lyons in 2023 at the ICE office in Burlington, the agency was singularly focused on capturing those it describes as the worst of the worst.
So we just got the word that another person who's wanted has been arrested.
People wanted in their home countries for crimes like fentanyl trafficking, rape, and murder.
He's wanted for an aggravated homicide in the country of Brazil.
Lyons says removing violent offenders remains a top priority. But under the Trump administration, ICE can target anyone in the U.S. unlawfully. He says 12 million people are unaccounted for, and he calls Massachusetts a hotspot.
The more we're finding is that there are a lot in Massachusetts that have never been encountered by ICE or any type of DHS entity because they came here for a lot of the public benefits that were made available to them.
Do people have to worry about ICE agents going into schools and hospitals and churches?
We're not going to do that. It's a false narrative that's totally wrong. If there's a criminal actually in a hospital that's hiding, we'll go in there and arrest that person, right? Under the previous administration, we couldn't even do that without it going through 7 layers of the chain of command.
Recent ICE enforcement actions in Massachusetts have been widely reported. ICE arrested a Tufts PhD student from Turkey after federal authorities revoked her student visa over her alleged ties to the terrorist group Hamas. ICE grabbed a Dominican man outside a Boston courtroom during his trial after the feds determined he was not who he claimed to be. And in New Bedford, an ICE agent shattered the window of a car of a man who turned out to be not the person they were looking for.
But when they got the person, it wasn't. But at that point, that person was still in the country legally anyways. I don't want my officers standing there. That person could have a gun. That person could be calling someone else to come and attack officers. It's an officer safety issue.
Lyons says Massachusetts will be the focus of future ICE operations. He says this is the job he signed up for.
You know, I totally, fully admit that there are going to be people that disagree with the mission of ICE. But I think on the whole, when people see the criminal aliens that we arrest, you can't argue why we want to remove that sex offender, why we want to take that human trafficker out.
President Trump promised to immediately deport millions of immigrants. That has not happened in his first 100 days. Lyons says ICE will continue to prioritize criminals. But if the agents encounter people without legal status, they can and will be removed, he says. I'm Ted Daniel for your local station, Boston 25 News.